Sherry K here. We are back on our 5th video in this series from Ivey Stokes. And this particular video is going to be about minimizing our taxes for the most bang for our buck when it comes to write-offs. This can be substantially, by far, the most important of owning your own business, and how we help you keep track of it through the year, get you set up for success with that so you're not missing any. And we update it every single year with the latest and greatest tax deductions that you're going to be entitled for having your own home-based business. Here we go.
My second favorite strategy, okay? Minimize taxes. So we're going to provide everybody with an app, the Cashflow Manager app. Keep up with all of their tax records so they'll be IRS compliant. But what we also do is we provide you each year with an updated version of the majority of the tax deductions that a home-based business owner would qualify for. So I just go into the IRS website each year. Okay, as a matter of fact, it's time to do it again. They're always late coming out with info. And we go through the information, publication 463, and we outline it in red, each of those, like transportation, what you got to do to write it off, mileage rate, car expenses, meals and entertainment, parking. I mean, all of these different strategies that and ways to keep up with your tax records, okay? Now, here's why this one is such a favorite to me. If you learn the first one that I like to talk about is your home-based business, let the government pay the bill. That's one of my favorite points, okay? So let's say you're in MyEcon and you've got the $70 membership, okay? You got the $59.95 membership, all right? Or, all right, well, you know, it's about what, $720, $800 a year. Well, if you write off your cell phone, you write off your internet access, and write off 4,000 or 5,000 miles on your car, maybe a trip. So now you got 5,000 or 6,000 in tax deductions. Each dollar in tax deductions is going to save you about 25 cents in taxes, in actual cash money in your pocket. So in other words, let's say you got 6,000 in tax deductions. Well, if the business is costing you $800 a year, the 6,000 in tax deductions is going to save you $1,500 on your taxes. You've got a positive cash flow even before you count the amount of money that you make from commissions. Now, when you get your team members to understand that, and when you're talking to somebody that you're talking to about potentially becoming a business owner, and they realize that this is going to be the worst case scenario for them is going to be a net positive cash flow, that's a much easier recruit than somebody who looks at it like an expense. See, I see people all the time, they come in network marketing and they think they like it's an expense. Well, I can't afford it. But if you can't afford it, that means you already made a financial mistake. Because if you're making a living, they're taking taxes out of your paycheck. So let's go get that money, bring it back into your household. And the best way to do that is through a business deductions. You know, maybe you want to go on a vacation. All right. Well, if you don't, let's say the vacation costs you $2,000. Well, if you're not a business owner, then you can't write it off. But let's say you take the same vacation and you're a business owner. You're a MyEcon member. Do some marketing while you're there and write the whole trip off. Now, that's a $500 on a $2,000 vacation. That's a $500 tax savings. Let the government partially pay for your vacation. See, it becomes a whole different scenario when you start using the tax laws to your advantage, which business owners can do instead of always paying at the highest level. Because to be honest, if you don't have a business, there are not very many tax deductions for people that are just employees. Doesn't mean your job is bad, but when you add a business in addition to your job, now all of a sudden you got a totally different scenario when it comes to going out and generating, okay?
I hope you understand the significance after listening to Ivey on owning your own home-based business and the deductions that come with that as far as the IRS goes, and deductions that you can take to save yourself money when filing your income taxes. If you're ready to go, text me below. I've got the number up there for you. Hit me a comment. I'll send you over the link. Let's make sure that you're not missing out on any of that come the end of the year. Here we are. We're in August. So it's just around the corner. We're going to start having all of these things pop up about our taxes, and we want to make sure you're getting the most bang for your buck when it comes to that. If there's anything I can help with, please don't hesitate. I'll be happy to help. Go here right now. I'll get you the information.